Hey, what's going on, y'all? Hope everyone's having a fabulous day. If you haven't gotten a chance to subscribe to this channel, please do so. I want you to ring that notification bell. That way, when I drop a video, you'll be notified. So the last couple of videos, I made Tradeline videos. And I want you guys to understand that this is not a Tradeline channel or anything like that. I'm truly trying to help you guys. In this video, I'm going to talk to you guys about budgeting. Those of you that are not going to stay that long on this video, what I want you guys to do is I put a little something together on budgeting that you guys can check out in the description. It's free. Just go ahead, put your email address in, and I'll go ahead and email it to you. But what it is, it's a workbook on budgeting. That's, I'm going to talk a little bit about it, but I want you guys to, those of you that, hey, I only got 2 minutes to watch, go in the description, check it out. In this video, what I want to talk to you guys about is understanding that budgeting is going to be the biggest contributor to your success as far as credit. If you don't have your budget under control, a lot of times people, what they do is they just wing it, and okay, well, I get paid, I'm going to pay this bill, this bill, this bill, this bill. And what I want people to really try to do in 2021, because we're still early in 2021, what I want you guys to really start focusing on is getting a more sound financial foundation. And by doing that, by actually looking at your budgets, a lot of you use all different types of budgeting systems. My favorite, I'm going to be honest, is EveryDollar. The EveryDollar app is probably the most simple app that you can use. Yes, it's kind of expensive, but that's the app that I use to keep track of my budget. Those of you that are not, that don't have the $99 or don't want to use an app and they're paper people, if you go in the description, I created a workbook so that you can kind of outline all your expenses and see how much money you have left over. This whole budgeting thing it's really hard to teach. It's really hard to implement. And it's something that once you do it, once you get the foundation and understand where your money is going, you're going to have a better picture. And I challenge every single one of you to at least go in the description, download the workbook, and take a look at it. Not take a look at it. Go a step further than that. What I want you to do is actually write down your expenses in the workbook and write down your income in the workbook and just see where your money is falling. Do you have enough money at the end of the day to pay all your bills? At least try to put a strategy together so that when it's time to pay your bills, you know exactly what you need to do. Those of you that don't make enough money for all your bills, you know what you need to do. You got to get out here and either get a second job, get a second income, or maybe get a couple of more hours at your job so that you can make your bills. I try to talk about budgeting. I try to talk about being responsible on this channel, but a lot of times I get enticed with everything credit. Before you even get to that credit, having a situation where you're able to pay your bills and know where your money is going is probably going to be the most contributing factor to you having success with credit. But I mean, it's not a sexy topic. It's not anything, and I probably lost half of you already. It's just not anything that anybody likes talking about, because how do you do it? What's the right way? There's so many different apps. You got Mint, you got YNAB, you got spreadsheets, you got, you name it. Everybody has a different tracking strategy. You got the envelope strategy, and there's no right way to do it. I'm just trying to encourage those of you that watch this channel to maybe sit down and take the time out and say, you know what, this weekend, what I'm going to do is I'm going to write down all my expenses. I'm going to write down all my income, and I want to see how much money I have left over. Does your income meet all your expenses? And if it does, what are you doing with that extra income? Now, Dave Ramsey, a lot of you guys might be surprised that I do follow Dave Ramsey. Dave Ramsey believes in a zero-based budget. That means that every dollar that comes into your bank account should have a job. And I agree with him wholeheartedly. And these are the things that is going to really help you along the way when you start, getting yourself into business. Now, stick with me for a second because I'm kind of going to go off on a tangent. So in trucking, right, it's easy to go up and down the freeway and collect money, right? You go deliver a load, you get money. Deliver a load, get money. It wasn't until that I really started tracking my numbers that I really started making a significant amount of money. And what I mean by that is keeping money, like money in my bank after I completed all my loads. It wasn't until I really started tracking my numbers. And there was a question in trucking, on a trucking forum where they were talking about I think the question was, what is the most contributing factor to your success in trucking? And my answer was knowing your numbers. Knowing your numbers in trucking, of course, keeping your truck, in one piece is probably the, number one answer. But knowing your numbers is up there, because so often if you go up to a truck driver and you ask him what's your cost per mile, he's not going to know. If you ask him how much do you spend in maintenance, he's not going to know. How much did you spend in tires? He's not going to know. And the profit margin in trucking is so small that you have to know your numbers. And if you don't, you will really feel like you're successful. Like, I could take a load from Louisiana to California and it could pay me $2,200. Sounds like a lot of money. Or I could stay around Louisiana, bump around for $2,200. Like 200 miles here, 200 miles there, and I would finish the week at 2,200 miles or $2,200. If I run a lot of short runs with a high dollar per mile value to it, I'm going to have more money at the end of the day than the $2,200 that I did driving long and, getting paid $1 per mile. So understanding numbers, if you're just looking at the total picture and go, oh, well, this load's paying me $2,200, but you don't understand how much fuel you're going to burn. You don't understand, what your cost per mile is. Well, you're going to have wear and tear on your truck. You're going to have wear and tear on your tires. More miles, your PMs are going to come up sooner. If you don't know these numbers, it may feel like you're successful because you're grossing a lot, but in all actuality, you're not. What does this have to do with budgeting? A lot of times people feel like they're okay because they make a lot of money. I had a doctor one time that I worked with, and he made a lot of money, but his expenses was so outrageous that I don't know how he was sustaining a household. And so do you want to be in a position to where you make a lot of money, but you don't realize your expenses are really ripping you apart? It's detrimental to your success. And one little ripple in your plan could mean the difference of a 30-day late, charge off, collection, right? And people don't realize how close they are to these situations. And when I made because along in the description, I'm going to send you a workbook, but I'm also going to send you an ebook on budgeting. If you guys just take the time out of your day and say, you know what, this weekend, I'm just going to see where my money falls, and I'm going to try to make sure that I'm in the right direction financially. chances are you're going to be successful. But if you're, barely making it, you have to start putting plans together to try to find other streams of income. Right now, I've never seen a time like this where people have so many different opportunities to get into, to make more money for their household. But it just comes down to how serious you are, how dedicated you are to the process. And if it's something that, you need help with, or whatever it is that I can do on this channel, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and make 2021 your best year ever. I'm taking full responsibility, and I hope you will also. All right. I'm not going to make this video long. I hope you go in the description, download those links, and I'm going to catch you guys on the next one. You guys stay blessed. All right. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.